Good morning, it's Easter Sunday. Been out here a couple hours just doing odd and end stuff, and I decided I was gonna plant some more of my bush slicing tomatoes, and thought I'd show you how this is gonna work today. So this is a little 40-foot tunnel I got off of Facebook Marketplace with a nursery that was going out of business. I actually got two this size, really cheap. I didn't necessarily need them, but I wasn't going to turn it down because it was so cheap. It fits two beds. Early girls on this side. They've been planted for a couple weeks now. They look great. I need to get some more stakes, but they're starting to bloom. Look really good, healthy. This bed over here has been was cover cropped and then terminated with some tarps, like this one. This side, you can see the brown residue left over. This one's a little bit thicker. It got a little bit taller. Haven't even looked at it since I tarped it a month ago. So I'm gonna pull that back and show you what it looks like. And then I'm gonna get some tomatoes planted. Hopefully I can get 18 tomatoes in here, and I'm probably gonna interplant lettuce. Interplant peppers also with it, with bush tomatoes on one side of the bed and alternate with some peppers on the other side. I'm gonna plant a couple and see what I think, and then go from there. Oh shit. Woo! Oh, that scared the crap out of me. Excuse the language. I'm not a snake person, guys. At all. And I've got a snake right there. I don't care what kind it is. I don't want to hear that's a good snake. I am absolutely petrified of those things. Not sure what kind it is, but it's a live one, and I hate them. So I'm gonna try to get him out of here without killing him and get back to work. But right now my heart's beating about 1,000 miles an hour. Oh, geez, I hate those things. Okay, I'm still alive. I didn't die of a heart attack, but my heart was racing. I am not scared of spiders, rats, insects of any kind. Nothing else scares me except snakes, and I am petrified of them. So that just about killed me right there. I got rid of him though. I looked like a complete idiot chasing him out of the tunnel and into the grass next door, but he's gone. He's alive. I didn't kill him. So as you can see, the cover crop looks really good. It's dead. It's got a pretty good thick mulch on it. So all I'm gonna do now is pull back a little bit of mulch every 2 feet and then put some tomatoes in the ground. So I have this auger that fits on the end of my drill. Works really well. Not something I'd want to do 1,000 tomato plants with, but it'll work for 10 or 15 tomato plants at a time. Pull that cover crop back a little bit. I don't think this bed is big enough, wide enough to alternate tomatoes, and I just don't want to fight space with tomatoes and peppers, so I'm not gonna try to fit them in here. I'm just gonna go ahead and plant them right in the middle of the bed so I have plenty of space to walk through, because come July, these tomatoes are gonna be massive on this side, these will be massive, and I won't have a whole lot of space to walk with anyway, so I'm not gonna try to interplant them after I think about it. I think I'm just gonna plant them right down the middle and see how that goes. This soil is my oldest bed. The soil on this bed is, and it's absolutely phenomenal. I plant in it year round almost. If I don't have a vegetable in there, I do a cover crop. So I couldn't ask for better soil right here. These are gonna produce some really nice tomatoes. I don't measure it, I just kind of eyeball it. You can see that clay layer. Once you get past this 6-inch raised bed, you get down into the clay, which is why I have raised beds on this farm, because there's just so much clay. I'm not putting whey protein in my tomato holes. So I keep my worm castings in, easy to kind of transport around. And my organic fertilizer I use Happy Prog. A dog got a hold of the bag, or something did. So it's a little tore up, it's almost gone, it's almost empty. I got some more coming today, but I've got enough to plant a little bit here. So I like to plant my tomatoes pretty deep. It's more root structure, can form faster, and it collects more water, moisture, nutrients. So what I like to do, I'm going to use the rest of this bag. So what I like to do is just use the protein scoop and get a nice healthy scoop. Put it in my hole. Grab a couple of big scoops of worm castings from the Magic Worm Ranch down in Plantersville, which I highly recommend if you're in the area. You get you some and try them, because they are amazing. Some people put blood meal, bone meal, blood meal, whatever, put other stuff in it. I found this combination for me works really well. And then work these out. Got a pretty nice root structure. Got to tease the bottom of them a little bit so the roots go find the nutrients faster. I'll even knock off some of that soil at the bottom so that I can get it deeper in there. And then once I get it planted, I'll put another scoop of worm castings over the top of it. Again, because water is such a huge issue with me, because I don't have running water on this farm, I've learned that if I can kind of pack the dirt around and make an indention around my tomato plant, it will hold the water, and the water won't run off into the bed. The water actually stays kind of like a swimming pool right here and will soak in faster, and I don't waste as much water. So most farmers don't have to worry about that because they've got plenty of water. I do not. So any little tip or trick that I can find to conserve water is a great value to me. Let's go on to the next one here. I ordered more of this Happy Frog today. It'll be a couple days ago. It'll be in today. So if I run out, I'll just finish planting tomorrow morning whenever after the Happy Frog comes in this afternoon. Tried these Taco Casa cups this year to transplant in because they're deeper, and thought it might help. And I mean, that's a nice root ball, but the cups are really tall. I usually use solo cups. So the Taco Casa cups that I used, they were really top heavy. They wanted to blow over a lot easier. So I'm just gonna go back to the red solo cups next time. And I'm just gonna keep going. I'll show you what it looks like when it gets done. All right, as you saw earlier in the video, I pulled the plastic back on this bed, revealed the cover crop that was dead, and now 2 weeks later I have the tomatoes planted, and the mulch from the cover crop is doing pretty well. I pull it back away from the stem just to keep airflow around the bottom of the stem so you don't get any type of disease. Tomatoes are looking great. These are supersonics. They're a single stem type 8 to 10 ounce slicer, as opposed to my early girls over here, which you can see look like a jungle, but they do have a Florida weave on them to keep them up off the ground. They look really, really good. I'm very happy with these guys. So the cover crop's doing its job, keeping the soil alive. This bed is 8 years old, never been tilled. It's probably planted 90% of the year with either a cover crop or some sort of veggie, and it just produces great produce, no pun intended. The plastic bottles you see, that's what I use to water. Like I say, most of my videos, I don't have running water from the city out here. So I don't want to run a drip line, with 6-inch spacing on the drip and 18-inch spacing on the tomatoes. Then I lose 2/3 of the water, and I just can't afford that when the summer heat gets here and it dries out. So I use these water bottles right here, and as you can see, the water just drips right down onto that root ball. Saves a ton of water. I can fill these up 2 or 3 times a week and does all the watering that I need to do. It's a little time consuming, but overall it saves me a ton of water. I've done it for years. I've probably done it for 10 years since I started my farm. They're just bottles that I get when I go to the store over the year for the kids and myself, soda water. And then I cut the tops off so I can pour water in it. And then the fittings that fit on the end of the bottle is from Amazon. They're about, I think they're $10 for 20 of them, so they're about 50 cents a piece. And they'll last 3 years maybe, and then the plastic kind of starts to break off. But I love them. They help me out tremendously. So I will give y'all an update on this video in a couple weeks, let you know how those tomatoes are doing. They should be producing within 2 to 3 weeks. All right, y'all have a great day.